You'll look right up here on the skyline.
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by Primaloft, advanced insulation technology for hunting gear, proven warm even when wet. By Swarovski Optic, and by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
We are on Leoncito, which is Little Lion Ranch, and we're probably 3.5 hours outside of El Paso. Beautiful ranch, 104,000 acres. I can't fathom that. I mean, we drove 12 miles just to get to the lodge, and it goes on for miles around here. It's incredible. I really can't explain how big 100,000 acres is, but it's huge.
4 hours southeast of El Paso, Desert Safaris offers 162 square miles of prolific hunting grounds. This expansive range covers 104,000 acres of the Davis Mountains of West Texas and is loaded with wildlife.
I'm hunting with Hunter Ross of Desert Safaris. One of the reasons I think I chose to hunt with Hunter is he's got a 100% success rate on Aoudad sheep.
Well, I'm a West Texas native, born and raised, and grew up hunting out all in the Trans-Pecos region in this area since I was 5 years old. I actually started guiding for another outfitter back in the early 90s and just had so much good luck guiding and working with other people that I just kind of started to branch off on my own. I wasn't planning on it that way, but it just kind of happened.
What we're hunting here in Texas is the Aoudad sheep, formerly known as the Barbary sheep, as you find them in Africa.
The Aoudad is they're indigenous to the Barbary coast, and they were actually introduced in the Glass Mountains and the Shinati Mountains out here in the Trans-Pecos region where we're hunting back in the 1950s. They were introduced as a subsidiary game animal to see if they'd get established and take off. The habitat is so similar to what they have over in northern Africa that they've just done extremely well.
The environment that the Aoudad live here, as you can see, it's mountainous. It looks like, I mean, there's no moisture here whatsoever, but there is actually quite a bit. And an Aoudad is an animal that really doesn't need to drink all the time like your traditional deer, muleys, whitetails, and stuff like that. A couple years back, I did come to this same area and hunted with a friend of mine, Tony. It was a great hunt. That gave me a little idea of what to expect for the terrain the animals are in. I took a really decent ram. This time I'm looking for something just a tad bigger. We're starting out first thing in the morning, and we've gone no more than, I'm going to say 45 minutes, and it's phenomenal. You know, there's just a beautiful rock wall, and I'm sort of mesmerized by it. When Hunter looks back and he says, look at the sheep on the mountainside. It's day one, like I said, 45 minutes into the hunt, and we've already bumped into animals. It was pretty amazing. We probably saw, I'm going to say, anywhere from 12 to 15 sheep. Next, we're bumping into mule deer. I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, this is like heaven here. We've got javelina, we've got muleys, we've got Aoudads. So, I mean, day one, I'm seeing everything. That afternoon, Hunter said, you know, there's a spot I'd really like to go. I've seen 4 rams there last week. He wanted to plan a hunt where we'd hike maybe half mile to a mile. We set up by this tree, and it allows you to see 180 degrees of a couple different ridge lines. This morning we came up the other side of this ridge and noticed some rams before we could get up and on them. I mean, they were gone. What we're figuring is this is a travel quarter. From what Hunter says, they usually pass right over this little ridge in front of us, which could give us a shot out, say, 250 yards. We sat there for 3.5 hours, probably saw between 8 and 12 bucks. So just seeing the muleys was incredible and great way to spend the afternoon. Hunter was still thinking that it was a good place for rams, but other than watching a couple bucks sparring, that was the excitement for the afternoon.
Bill's hunt with Desert Safaris in West Texas is off to a great start. The ranch is teeming with wildlife, but Bill is still looking to get his sights on a trophy Aoudad ram.
Day 2, we woke up a little bit earlier. We wanted to get on the road and just, you know, again, we're just going to spend the day glassing and glassing and glassing. And the wind is phenomenal. I mean, it's like 30, 40 miles an hour. It's just crazy. So we're cruising along, and everywhere we go, we stop, we get out, we glass, and the wind is just blowing you over. I mean, wind is so strong, it hits your binoculars, and there's a little vibration where you just can't look in those little crooks or rock because, I mean, the wind is just killing you. I mean, there's one point we overlooked a little field, and it looked like the ocean going, or clouds going overhead, because all you can see is a change in the grass. The wind is blowing so strong. It just has this pattern to it. It was pretty cool. But other than, you know, being pretty cool to look at, it basically blew so strong, nothing was moving. So the action was down, temperatures were up, wind was incredible. With the wind the way it is, Hunter says we're going to try the same thing, only he may set us up a little bit different. He's feeling that if they weren't there day 1, chances are day 2, because there's a spring nearby, there's water, but where you've got a spring there, you've got a pattern that they've been on. You can actually see the trails down the mountainside, down the hillside to our left, to the north. I mean, there's a definite pattern to these animals. So we set up in the afternoon, hiked up, and we made the big 12-foot change from the juniper tree to a pile of rocks.
Bill, I kind of want to set up right here where I can watch this trailhead right off here where that's usually where the sheep come from.
Oh, I got it. You move a whole 12 feet, get me all confused. I don't get lost that easy.
I know it doesn't take much for you.
Oh, nice. I don't like to shoot, you know, semi-standing. I like to be either sitting down, resting on my knee, using my backpack or prone. So I'm gonna sleep everything here. I can sneak up between the rocks without stirring too much. So there was a rock there, allowed me to sit on it, have a great rest for my rifle. And while we're waiting, if any sheep come in, set my rifle down, pull back so I keep my profile low. Well, right now it's nice as we get about 180-degree opening, but you know, I'm anticipating sheep gonna come off the ridge up here.
The 2 travel corridors they use as a trail along the edge of this point over here, and then right off to the left side of that bluff right there, there's a real established game trail coming down. Or they come back over here to the north of us, back over here, and they'll come down into this canyon, into the spring.
All right, so that flattened grass, that game trail up on the ridge. Well, you know, I'm sitting there talking to Hunter, and maybe an hour's gone by, and he said, you know, we're looking at another hour and a half.
They've been bedding in these warmer temperatures like this. They're going to be bedding up in some of these boulder outcroppings and some of these heavy cedar breaks. And hopefully they'll come out of that stuff, later this afternoon and come down to the water source down in this canyon down here.
And I gotta say, he didn't finish that sentence, and then he's like,
Bill, here's a big ram right here. 10 o'clock right up on top of the trailhead coming off the rim.
right at that bush.
Just look right to the right of that cedar tree. There's a monster ram just skyline standing.
That's a good looking ram.
Bill has spotted a trophy Aoudad, but will the winds of West Texas betray his location before he gets a shot? We'll find out when LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors continues. Bill is hunting the Davis Mountains of West Texas with Desert Safari's owner, Hunter Ross. This harsh landscape is serving up some serious winds, but also showing off its abundant wildlife. Bill has his sights set on a trophy Aoudad and may have just found the one.
Bill, look right up here on the skyline.
And he points up to the ridge line.
Right up on the skyline, right up here at about 10 o'clock. There's a big ram skyline right there, right on top of the trailhead.
Right at the top of this game trail he told me to look for. I mean, there's a tree at the top of the mountain, and right to the right of the tree is just monster toes of an Aoudad.
Oh, that's no question. That's a monster. That's a shooter.
Now he's thinking there's going to be a group there. He said if he comes over, he's going to be followed by more rams. I've seen these guys, I know. So he waited, and he starts coming down the side. Nothing behind him. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's a toad. He's going down if he gets close enough. Honestly, he was at 309 yards. That was close enough. But Hunter said,
when he comes down to this trail, down off the trail down here through the saddle, and I mean, maybe we'll have a shot in 150 yards.
Again, we had like a 30-mile-an-hour wind. It's so strong. Realistically, I don't want to take that shot, and I will take a closer shot any day of the week. I mean, I can shoot him from here now, but let's let him come down a little bit. This wind is ridiculous. But when he came down and hit the bottom, and he's hidden by the first ridge, I tell you, sort of second guess yourself. Should I have taken him then? Should I have shot him when he was at 260? He came down to 200. Now I can't see him. Is he going to come up over the ridge? Is he not?
Bill, he's down in the bottom of the canyon right there.
Yeah, I lost him. He's right behind this ridge. Sure enough, comes right up, just like Hunter said.
There he is.
Yeah.
See him?
Yeah, I'm on him. I swear Hunter had him on a little leash and he's pulling him up every time I get doubting myself. Finally, he drops right up to the top. I'm ready for the shot. Hunter says, wait, he's coming closer. Sure enough, he came into about 145 yards, came and just gave me a perfect shot.
You dropped him. You nailed him. It's over. That is a hell of a shot. Good
He
shot.
went down real quick.
No, you dumped him. That's a really good ram right there.
Actually, to tell you the truth, when we came here last night and gave it a look, and we didn't see anything. I was worried about coming back, and you said, yeah, he takes this trail. And I was like, all right.
Well, there's been a bunch of Aoudads using this trail coming down to the spring down on the bottom of the canyon, and it's with these hot temperatures, they're going to try to come to some established water source if they got one available to them. So
Yeah, here we are. So
paid off.
let's get close, see what he looks
Go up
like.
there and go up there and take a look at it.
I can't believe only 145 yards. I'm liking this new Hornady ammo, though, I tell you that.
It did a number on him, that's for sure. We don't get many one-shot kills like that on him. There he is, Bill. God, Bill, that's a beautiful ram.
Oh my word. No ground shrinkage there. You know, when I saw him on the hill, God, he looked a lot smaller, but look at the mass. How they hook around.
Look at that. Look how worn down he is.
Yeah. Can you tell how old he is? I mean,
Well,
here's a growth range.
I'm going to show you right here.
Growth range here.
If you look, well, you can see it more predominant
Yeah.
here on the front of the horn.
More prominent.
They'll
on
have a
front.
growth ring just like a tree does.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and his lamb tip, so he's either 9.5 or 10 years old.
So what's the lifespan of an Aoudad?
The oldest one I've ever had a client harvest was 14 years.
Okay.
14.
So 10 years old, probably in the prime for
Right,
shooting.
exactly.
And this guy, with this size, I mean, he's already, like you said, wearing this down. Definitely the ram to take.
Oh, that's definitely a mature ram.
Nice guide.
Good deal. Congratulations.
Excellent. Well, let's get this bad boy off the mountain.
You'll have something nice to take home to Maine with you now.
Oh, yeah.
With a trophy Aoudad in the bag, Bill's West Texas hunt isn't over yet. Bill turns his attention to javelina when LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors continues. LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by Primaloft, advanced insulation technology for hunting gear, proven warm even when wet. By Swarovski Optic, and by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. The Trans-Pecos region of Texas is providing abundant opportunities. With one trophy down, Bill aims to add a javelina to his bounty.
So day 3 rolls around and, you know, I'm out looking for more opportunities to see wildlife. And I tell you, the cameraman taps me and says, look at the hawk, it's incredible. Just the most incredible opportunity to have this hawk come in and do a private air show for us. I mean, basically, he's buzzing the camera. A little later in the day, pulling up on a canyon side. Sure enough, there's another hawk right in a tree, stopped and gave me a chance to get some pictures. He actually hung out for a while so I could actually scope in and get some shots for myself for later. And Hunter tells me, he said, the javelina will come out, you know, early evening, early morning. So we're just gonna hang out, we're gonna take things slow, see what we see. And sure enough, early evening, we're heading back to the ranch, and there's one javelina we see at about a half mile away. Then there's 2, then there's 3, then there's 4. And we just start a stalk. I mean, like I said, it's a quick half-mile stalk.
Bill, we're gonna go right up through this little wash right here. And there's 2 big boars.
There's another one right there.
There's another one up on the hill, but they're gonna be feeding on this prickly pear. Let's go out up here and see if there's I think there's a couple of big males in here. Let's see if we can look at them and get a shot.
I see him at 200 yards, said, all right, should we take the shot? He said, no, let's get closer. We get to within 100 yards. Should we take the shot? He said, no, let's get closer. Let's go find the big one. Now it's a game of how close we can get without scaring these javelina away. We got within 24 yards.
Bill, right there. It's a prickly pear. He's eating on the prickly pear right there.
I mean, we're talking a bow kill. We shouldn't be using a rifle. Maybe I could even get away with my recurve, he's so close.
He's the broadside one right by the prickly pear.
There we go. 24 yards, turns broadside, just a beautiful coat. Just the hash mark is incredible. The gold tint, the black, I mean, beautiful, beautiful boar.
Bill, those other ones are starting to run.
Yep.
Go ahead and take him before they run off.
And boom, he goes right down.
Good shot. That's a beautiful javelina. Beautiful.
I can't imagine we get so close, we get the wind blowing at us. You could actually smell that stink when you come up on them.
They're very nearsighted. They can't see more than about 20 feet in front of them. We had the wind right. That's a very, very big male. got a beautiful banded collar on him. It's just a real pretty javelina. Let's go up and take a look at him.
That's hilarious. I mean, this is like a bow kill. 24 yards.
Bow range.
We didn't even walk a quarter of a mile to them. But they never moved.
We had the wind in our favor, and they're very nearsighted.
I'll see. Doesn't
Pull him out here, we can look at him. Got a real good color on him. Got her.
No, they're amazing animal. I have a lot of people say, oh, you got to shoot one of the hogs. I said, javelina is actually not part of the swine family. It's part of the rodent family.
Yeah, they're actually a rodent. And they're really collared peccary. He's got a beautiful coat on him, some real pretty gold coloration towards his belly here. He's got a real pretty collar. Nice predominant gold colored collar. Got some battle scars. He's got a torn ear, big scar on his face. Got real nice teeth. None of his teeth are busted. He's been around the block. That was a good one to take.
Cool, well, thank you.
Well, congratulations. Again,
Throw this bad boy in the truck. You know, I'm hoping to get a chance to hunt with Hunter again. I mean, we've had such a successful hunt here. I mean, everything about it. The animals. The lodge was beautiful, and just seeing the rams on the wall and the deer on the wall. But I think seeing that ram come over the ridge line, that was cool. That sealed it. This gives me a chance to get out of the office and to just play like I like to. I'd actually like to do a mule deer hunt, but I'm not going to tell them that right yet, because we saw some cockers here. I've seen one over 170 easy and one over 180. And this is March, after a hunting season. They've taken some bruises out of here. Yeah, I think I'll come back here for sure.